This is kind of where I'm at with the whole thing, is that the jokes have gone too far. People are upset. I have sergeants telling me now that they
What
feel
happened?
undermined. It's just this BCSO LSPD shit. I have sergeants telling me that they feel undermined by high command because they're getting one thing from me and one thing from Peters, that they don't feel like they can tell cadets to knock off, the bullshit, because they think that Peters is just going to come back through and enable these cadets to continue with pushing buttons and everything. And I don't give a shit about the jokes. I don't care. Have your fun. But the problem is the jokes are no longer being well received. People are taking them a certain kind of way. So I'm at this point where either things need to stop, the jokes need to stop, and that it is what it is, or things just need to be split completely, and that is what it is.
I mean, you're gonna know my opinion about this, Daisy. Is they can, as far as I'm concerned, Blaine County can suck my dick when it comes to jokes. They're hacking laptops. They're being disruptive to your progress. If their feelings are getting hurt, then why are they doing things significantly more dangerous? Jokes are one thing. Contesting legislation, bringing up narratives as to what Air 1 certification is and is not, like all this fucking bullshit, those are real concerns. The rest of this is childish, like fucking baby back bitch shit. And quite frankly, just even hearing what you're saying, like,
the amount of time and
it's fucking crocodile tears is what I'm saying,
that I've now wasted on all of this is frustrating, because there are things that I need to do to focus on, like to genuinely make the department better, and I can't do that because I'm dealing with this rivalry, this stupid rivalry that frankly doesn't really exist, but it's there for some reason.
I mean, it was always going to be there. The moment the counties were split, the moment legislation was going to be, different.
I feel like
the moment you guys had different bank accounts,
I feel like BCSO didn't realize that they couldn't just do whatever the fuck they wanted when they created a new department. And now they're realizing that there may be consequences to having a department in Blaine County. And like, I don't have, it doesn't matter to me what BCSO does. It doesn't matter to me if they're in Los Santos or if they're in Blaine County. Sure, having the numbers, in Los Santos, having BCSO patrolling in Los Santos is good because we have more numbers. But in all reality, if they weren't there, it wouldn't make that much of a difference, right? They've already decided they don't want to go. They don't want to have shared meetings anymore. And I'm sorry, can you give us a minute, ma'am? And I'm at this point where I have to get Peters on the same page with me, because I don't feel like we're on the same page. And we have to figure out a solution for this, whether, it is stopping the jokes, doing all of that, being more, co-departmental, or it just needs to be split, because the way it's going right now, it's not good.
So
as I was like saying to you a little bit, you basically have the upper hand here. I'm gonna be honest with you, Miss Moss. You have the Iron Throne. You are set. You are good in everything that you're gonna do, and you are gonna decide the fate of the BCSO for whatever decision that you make. And I think that they're trying to play the cards like they have a hand in the pie when they don't. You have the Iron Throne. You have ultimate decision. If you tell them to get the fuck out of the city, they're fucked. Their entire department's gonna go to shit. People are gonna come back to the LSPD because they're not gonna want to patrol up there because
Yeah.
they have nothing to fucking do up there. Have you seen anybody up there? No, because
No,
they don't do shit.
they have something to do.
I think
Oh,
that
what's
they
that?
probably have
Yeah.
a lot to do up there. It's just they choose not to do it.
Yeah. Like, look, I don't.
I think
I
that
might.
there is stuff that happens in the county. I just think that they don't want to take the time or put in the work to actually figure out what's going on up there.
We've seen it. Me and the on the sidelines here, Daisy. The amount of shit I've had to deal with offices in Blaine County actively campaigning against Big PP, just the one that enabled businesses was written by Michael, one of the cleanest pieces of legislation. I mean, you can look at it yourself. There's like no fucking holes. Is getting contested and they're going around. People are still going around saying it's a tax law. And it's coming from folks like Nakota
It's
and shit.
literally not a tax law.
Yeah.
What
So,
was it? Stab is the tax law.
I am so done with them because I can sit here and say wholeheartedly, what have I objectively done when I have Cassidy crashing out on me and then Bones only being able to reference a fucking hacked email, right? You know, like, why even play into their bullshit? Have them suck a dick, cut them off, and what's the worst that happens? I just want to just throw that. We've been succeeding. We got the votes. What's the worst that happens with LSPD? You guys get to build the department you want. And I said this in the very beginning when I first brought you in. I don't give a fuck if there's crime that cannot be responded to. That is a reality of Los Santos. You will never be able to go to each and every call. But if you're able to develop and slowly ramp up, right, you've got plenty of runway. You've got at least another, 2 months now, and then another 3 months afterwards. So, don't let them hold you by standards that should never exist, right? Do not let them hold you to a standard that they define as it's the them versus us. How many times have those individuals treated people down in the city as actual human beings? I can tell you they don't. So build a vision of a department of your dreams. You have the support. You don't need them to tell you what to do. And as for Peters, look, Peters, I've spoken to him in the mornings and shit like this, and he's brought up his concerns. I know him and Vic can be a little stirry, but
I don't care about the stirring. It's just we have to be on the same page about it. And if I have people
saying he's the problem,
no, well,
but that's what that's where I'm going to, Daisy.
Here's the thing:
is that
look, if the stirring, it's. I think that there has to be some kind of give and take with all of this.
Yeah.
And right now, it's not being well received. It's people are getting upset about it. So, like I said, either things need to actually be separated and people just need to move on, and it is what it is, or the stirring kind of if we are going to work with the BCSO in some way, it kind of needs to stop because people are taking it I think to heart.
Look, at the end of the day, it's your choice there, Moss, but let's put this front and center, right? You have no right to cry if your actions are significantly more severe. And the question I would have, having heard Peter's side of this, is Peter's being pointed at as the problem, in a way to get what they want, which is to stop the, you
That's
know.
why I agreed to the split meetings, because they said it was Peter's, and I said, okay, then go have your separate meeting. Like, I'm not gonna have them put everything on Peter's if they, if Peter's is like literally the only issue. I'm kind of in the mindset of fuck them, but at the same time, this is what I mean though. It's that right now we're in this weird gray area. And where the shit is still going on, they're still upset about it. So either we just need to make a decision about it, because it can't keep going on the way that it currently is. It's it's not healthy. Like, something needs to sort of change.
Yeah, I agree.
Who are the main people who are bitching and crying about this? Respectfully.
Probably BCSO High Command.
Oh, they can suck my fucking dick.
It's the BCSO High Command.
How, Daisy? This is what I'm talking about. Look. I wish to God you were with me and Peter's when Cassidy fucking crashed out. Like, imagine. I'm gonna try to paint the picture. Imagine someone came up to you and knew all about your times in Ohio, right? Colorado?
Oregon,
almost. And like, you've never fucking talked to this guy, and they're just like, oh my God, Daisy, you've been doing this and you've been doing that, and you're like, who the fuck are you? You bring them down to an office to try to have a conversation about what the problem is. They give you all these crocodile tears, and the next day they're fucking stabbing you in the fucking kidney, right? So all I am telling you, just straightforward, is that if these guys want all the fucking certs, are taking all of your command members under the guise of, well, they're not happy down south, and then now complaining that, hey, we don't want any. They're literally trying to manipulate you. It's fucking, it's very.
I know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am completely aware of the fact that they need me to be on board with them. Like, they preach
precisely.
UPD.
Wait, where is Michael's phone number? There it is.
UPD benefits them.
Let them know.
It doesn't really benefit the LSPD, but it benefits BCSO.
Be there. Yep, exactly.
They, I think it became very, extremely clear the other day. We were talking about permissions in the MDT, right?
Mhm.
And it's for the baffing the car thing, right? And an LSPD sergeant, Viv, had said, I want, cadets to be able to do this so that they can learn how to baff cars. And Cassie said, no, we should have that as senior plus, so that way we can, review the BAFs. And I said, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to. There's been, I think, this mentality within the two departments that officers are not capable to do the basic functions of their jobs, and that they have to be handheld by officer plus or senior plus. That is what I have kind of figured out over the last few weeks, is that the way that things have functioned in the past is that essentially the departments have handicapped officers. They haven't trusted them. They haven't given them the proper tools, and so now we're in this
Nino's pretty set on this. He doesn't care if people are crying and not showing up on duty. Because none of those things are true, nor should it matter.
And so they frankly don't have to know how to do things, because somebody else does it for them. So I told Cassidy, we need to set up officers in a way that they can do this. And yeah, the VAF probably won't go through all the time. Somebody will be lazy, but then we need to have consequences for this. And they just kind of were like, well, whatever, whatever, doesn't matter. And they were so apathetic about the whole thing, about actually trying to enable officers and deputies to be able to do their jobs and teach them how to do their jobs properly, that I was just kind of like, okay, you guys
this timing's really bad. I got to talk to Tilly afterwards.
Why do they think that they get a say in what you do for your department?
That's the thing that's like like
Well, right now our
triggers me
SOPs
constantly.
are shared.
Yeah. The what is?
Our SOPs are shared. We have the
Mm-mm.
same
Understandable.
SOPs between the two. And I think that frankly, like I think it'd become a little bit too difficult if we had separate SOPs. I do think that they need to be, you know, the same, honestly. But just there is an apathy there that I realized like we are very much not on the same page about what we consider officers and deputies to be able to do. And
Yeah.
you know, I'm very much in the mindset of we need to give officers tools to be able to do their job and to know how to do it and feel confident in what they're doing. And we need to get away from this hand holding mentality. And when, you know, it's fine. If you generally don't know how to do something,
Yeah.
I'm not going to fault you for that. We'll teach you, we'll help you. But if you're not doing something out of laziness, that's not acceptable.
I mean, look, I have no good things to say, Daisy. Understand that about Blaine County. I, I'm dealing with 2 weeks of a headache and so much extra work and a absolutely exhausted cabinet because of their actions. So these Blaine fucks can suck my fucking dick. They're scuffed troopers. They want to have their way down here. They can't fucking patrol their county. They stole the fucking election from Cornwood, who wanted a small department up there, but instead they got this fucking dog shit, and they're causing problems. I think if I'm gonna be honest with all this, like if they're not have officers not coming on duty because of the problems that they are creating by themselves, by their actions, you got people in Blaine County that are fucking absolutely triggered by not getting a moment of time by them. This isn't like a Los Santos problem. This isn't an LSPD problem. This is a fucking egotistical control freak bullshit problem coming from Blaine County. And honestly, if there's, I personally think you and Peters are probably closer. And this is my opinion. When I talk to you, when I talk to him, you guys are closer than I think.
No,
Maybe
I think
you realize.
Peters and I are on the same page. It's just
I feel like
it's the stirring thing. I don't feel like, because I feel like I personally kind of keep going back and forth because I do want people to joke. I do want people to have fun, but then I see kind of the issues with it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm at the point of like, okay, we gotta do something. Like either we need to just separate things and
just
they go and
separate
patrol up there.
You know what I mean? Because the thing is, we're
And be
not going to
done with
stop.
it.
The people of Los Santos are not going to stop calling it out, right? I mean, you look on Twitter, the Blaine shit, you know, this is people in this city. Keep in mind, we won these votes. We got tax law passed. That's how much people are back in this this mayorship, right? They put some sly shit. We got 3x votes on the legislation. You know what I had to do? I had to go out there and tell people the truth. I had to go out there and point out who's getting their businesses approved up north. Take a look at that when you get a chance. It's fucking nasty.
I was told.
It's fucking nepotism to the fucking T, right? And if I would have a inkling of sympathy for these fucking useless snakes, if they had any form of communication instead of having you know, fucking temper tantrums around corners, right? So like you know, these are not fucking adults. These are fucking middle schoolers used to their fucking mothers wiping their ass and feeding them as they play fucking World of Warcraft you know, classic. Fuck that shit. Fuck them. Fuck their feelings. This is about the goddamn state of San Andreas, not what not this me bullshit. So, you know.
Yeah. I think you're giving them too much of your sympathy too. I don't think that they deserve it, and I don't think it's warranted.
No. What I was gonna say there, Daisy, is that I don't know if you and Peters are speaking to them separately, But I feel like if you are speaking to them separately, you should talk to them together, because
No,
from what I've heard, it sounds like
and I
Peters has been hearing.
Peters and I have already agreed that we're not speaking to them separately because it doesn't go well when we do that.
Yeah. Anyways,
and they change up real quick. The way that they talk
Daisy-
to me versus the way that they talk to Peters and me, it's very different. Because I think they know like that Peters is less forgiving than I am.
And that's exactly, just from hearing this, the impression I'm getting is that Peters is, because I've seen this, right? It's a fucking San Andreas classic. It's, you point out the person that's your biggest opposition. You point at them being the problem. This is what happened to me, Daisy, the last 4 weeks. Nino's doing this. Nino's doing that. Nino hates the PD. Nino. And then once you let that gossip train make the boogeyman, and then you attack the boogeyman. Peter's bad. Oh my God, he's doing this. Oh my God. And then on the sideline, they're doing some hyper nasty shit, right? Like, let's not, like, look, what is this? Bayweather transfers, and now she wants to be the lead of all of Air One? Fuck out of here.
I mean, she was she was always, I think, in line to be the lead of Air One.
Sure. And then why'd she transfer then? Why does Blaine County think it is healthy for the state of San Andreas to be siphoning all your offices? But under the guise that they're not happy? No, fuck out of here. It's like the fucking U.S. Navy siphoning 80% of the Army and then being like, oh my God, the fucking general of the Army can't fucking protect the borders. No, fuck that. No, if they actually cared about the sanctity and the health of San Andreas, they themselves would have said, we cannot accept these transfers. We have enough. If they cared about the sanctity of San Andreas, they would be patrolling their county without being told what to do. It's fucking weirdo behavior. It's they want to own and have everything and force their opinions down the throats of the populace. And if I'm wrong, tell me why. Like, you know what I'm saying? Actions speak louder than words. That's it, right? Otherwise, you know, we might as well start debating that, you know, Donald Trump is this and fucking, you know, Kamala Harris is that, and treating it like it's truth, you know?
I mean, I think Tilly is right that, you know, I think they realized very quickly that they don't really hold too many cards. They need me on board with BCSO. And the thing is that anytime they preach UPD, it is entirely at the benefit of BCSO. And I mean, frankly, they should be focused on what's in the best interest for their own department. But when they're trying to do that with the guise of UPD, this benefits everybody, but it really doesn't. It's sneaky.
Yeah. You know what I just got done talking to SK about? You guys are getting the blame for everything happening to him. Remember what happened with ADMC? Why I tried to tell you to talk to him? They didn't want to talk about legislation. They wanted to talk about how Daisy isn't giving them a phone call.
But it was BCSO that it was literally their cadet who shot.
That's what I'm saying.
Jesse Adler.
They're doing some nasty shit that goes even beyond the department. I had to go and deal
with it and clean up their mess.
Yeah. So why are they thinking that? Why is Mana thinking what they thought? This goes beyond the police department, Daisy.
What is SK? What group?
He luckily Mana.
Yeah, that's the
whole weed shit.
Isn't that the Aaliyah Court thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a BCSO investigation.
I know.
That's not.
And he realized
LSPD.
that. He thought it was weird that they were bringing y'all up. But not everyone's gonna you know, you know what I'm saying? Not everyone is SK. He knew they were pulling their fucking chain. But what if he ended up like ADMC? You see what I'm saying? They like, you know, all this like they want to crybaby shit about this fucking Blaine rot, right? Well then why they moving weird? Whose benefit would it be to tell a gang that another department is doing shit? Why would he even have that impression? Why did ADMC have that impression? It's nasty. So, like, cry me a fucking river.
Who else they're doing that with?
That's my point. That's exactly my point. Is that like
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's weird that they come to you and they preach that they want this UPD, but yet they're trying to drag down the LSPD as much as they can. I don't know. It's like Nino said, it's gross and sneaky behavior.
I don't even think that they realize that they're being sneaky. I don't think that they have kind of any self-awareness about the whole thing.
If that was the case, Daisy, then Nakota would not have been collecting signatures in a police department to
I'm not talking about Nakota, I'm talking about high command.
Yeah, but with all due respect, Daisy, Bones and Cassidy are fucking have zero brain. It's like fucking Declan and Nakota pulling some of those political strings.
I feel like they know exactly what they're doing, but they're trying to play you like they're dumb.
Yeah, well, I don't think necessarily Bones and Cassidy do, right? They're probably hearing the wham, wham, wham. Look at the shit with Helen. Like, what the fuck was that shit? What, I fucking give her a call and I'm like, oh my God, we can't be friends anymore. And then I talk to her afterwards. These guys made it into a fucking, some like fucking crazy shit.
They
this is what I'm talking about.
They came in swinging.
Yeah.
When they,
with
me, with that Helen bullshit.
Yeah. So
for them to enable a cadet to think it's okay to speak to the chief of police in her own precinct that way without consequence. Frankly, the whole
fucking
thing is
writing on the wall.
Honestly.
Yeah, they can get the fuck out.
Yeah. Look,
if they want to act like that in your fucking department, they can get the fuck out. They don't have to use your cars. They don't have to go in there. They don't have to use your equipment. You could tell them to get the fuck out.
I don't know. I feel like
you don't need to cradle these people.
Okay, it's just frustrating to me hearing them like crying while I'm out here like fucking, you know, I just got done talking to Den. I told him to chat with you about getting the like money for TRT and like a place for you guys to train and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, we're having these conversations and then I'm still hearing that these guys are fucking crying about shit for problems that they themselves are creating. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people would not be saying this shit if they were not moving strange. Like, you know, like it just, you know, it's not going to resonate with me, to be honest.
Per the legislation, you know, it does say BCSO can, you know, patrol in Los Santos, but
correct,
they are
as a sub-authority.
I mean, do I actually have the authority to tell them you guys should just probably patrol in Blaine County moving forward?
I don't believe you should say that.
No, I'm
rather
not
that you must operate under the authority of Los Santos PD's expectations. I mean, I would I would, before saying anything, have a plan for it so you don't, because where is it? I would talk to Robin. He is the best attorney in Los Santos as far as I'm convinced, but how to move around this. So making sure that you fully have someone that, because you don't want marshals breathing on your ass over some like singular word you might use. But according to the way this is worded, where the fuck is this? There's like fucking 20 things now. The way that my reading of it is, you can set expectations down here and give up to officers plus LSPD authority and jurisdiction. So my reading of it is that you have the sheriff come down here, want to run a cash exchange, and you want a senior officer to like let them know that we don't operate that way down here. You have that authority. But you know, I would work with someone like Robin to like circle on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way I see it, Daisy, is like right now, if I was in your position, this is what, like, you need a foot down moment, right? Like, where it's like, this is mine, right? Let's work. Like, I want to work together, but this is mine. Remember that. The fuck are they gonna do? Go to the fucking marshals because of words like Blaners? Fuck out of here. You know, the fuck are they doing? Fucking they hire Oswaldo and Eugene up north while they're causing chaos down here. Like, I don't understand any of this. Bro, anyways.
Yeah. I mean, they are a sub-authority and we have been treating BCSO command in, you know, just for, I think, to sort of streamline, you know, considering BCSO command as command in Ellis, you know, in Los Santos, but they are a sub-authority. I mean, maybe, you know, they're treated as such, you know, the LSPD officers or senior plus, maybe keep it to senior plus so people don't go too ham with it.
Yeah. Your people right now, Daisy, need to know that they have a future down here in Los Santos, and that's the thing that like breaks my fucking heart hearing about this cert shit. Because I remember the vision that you brought to me. You want to enable these guys. You want them to feel like, you know, they can earn like their certs as like another thing. And just hearing that you've got like a fucking population of 30 trying to strong arm, it's like that's taking away from the fucking like your table for that new blood to eat from. For them to be able to look at it and be like, hey man, I want to eventually achieve that, right? And why do these people that have been around for fucking ages need to be the only ones that get to eat? You know, it's the same. It's like fucking stall 2.0, right? Oh, this is mine. I never should lose this. But what about the next generation? Huh? Right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Okay.
Anyways. Look, I don't know.
Yeah. I definitely think one way or another this shit has to get sorted out and sorted out quickly because I'm tired about hearing about it.
Oh.
And it needs to be what it is, and people need to stop bitching and complaining. And if BCSO doesn't like it, they have a whole half of an island they can patrol.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep. That's. You know, I got fucking. Oh my god. Every time I think about it, I just think about every time I've grown up there and there's people just openly fucking selling drugs and shit. I talked to, you know what? I talked to Polito yesterday. Folks up there. I'm not going to say
who.
who.
Even any officer presence
No.
up there?
No,
you know
there's
what?
not.
You know what they said to me? They said, I feel it sucks because I can't even train my people how to deal with cops because they never show up. Like, I want you to put that into perspective. This is a gang member.
I think I think arrests made in Los Santos need to be processed in Los Santos. I think we need to
100%.
stop this bullshit of them taking him up to Blaine County.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they want to process in Blaine County, it should be from arrests in Blaine County.
Yep.
100%. Because you're giving them that for what, too? Well, how do you benefit from that? How does the LSPD benefit from them doing that?
Like, take TRT, for example, right? After talking to Den, he's asking for like $1 million. I'm like, you know, that I can try to slice off like some of that, but fundamentally, the arrest down here should be funding it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I have that authority, right, Nino? That I can say moving forward.
Talk to
arrests.
Robin. Talk to Robin first, because and I say this because yes, I've got a legal background, but my focus has been so much on the mayoralship. I don't want to set you on a path without having like a full-time, you know, lawyer on your disposal to give you that second opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that way, you know, you get someone smart, just making sure, you know, you got it cooked right. And it's a third party outside of the mayorship, so there's no like, you know, how do I put this? Conflict of interest or whatever. Especially if it gives you an alternative opinion from what I'm saying. So, but
It doesn't make sense to take people all the way up to Blaine County just to, even though they were arrested in Los Angeles.
yeah. Daisy, I can chat more this evening. I gotta let these guys know because I think they've been waiting on me for a minute.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. All right. All right. Tilly, I gotta chat with you real quick.
Okay.